How to command manifestation. I command this pain to leave your body. That's what I said to a lady who had been carrying pain around for years. The pain vanished in that instant and never returned. She was perplexed because she knew then and there that the pain was gone and it was not coming back. We both knew there was no need for monitoring, no need for another session, no need for additional treatment. It was just a feeling in the room. Both of us knew it. And the coaching session had only just begun. We were only 30 seconds into the session. It was planned for an hour. And that's all I said. I command this pain to leave your body. I come into her house, her place. I command this pain to leave your body. Like some kind of big shot. I hadn't even used belief boosters. Like placing my hand on her back. That's a belief booster to help people believe that I'm actually doing something for my money. Or a booster such as saying, in the name of the Most High. Then it would have been, in the name of the Most High, I command this pain to leave your body. Or the booster of emotional releasing or doing belief work. Nothing, none of that. I just came in and said, I command this pain to leave your body. I commanded it to leave and it left. The audacity, huh? Just who do you think you are, Fred? I don't know. Who do you think you are? You have the same abilities, I believe. And I hesitate healing like this because people automatically assume, because they're so heavily brainwashed, they automatically assume it's my awesome powers that are doing it. But they'd be more empowered if they knew. You'd be more empowered if you knew it's you. You have the power. Of course, people exploit the fact that it's so easy. And, they're like, well, you can only get it through me. And they charge money only through me, only from here, which is not true at all. You can fix yourself. You can do it yourself. Maybe it's easier with an expert, sure, but you have the power. So the other day I was in a parking lot. I had an important appointment in half an hour. Got to my car, turned the switch, and the car went dead. The battery was out, completely out. I turned the key and turned it again and again and again. You know how it is, no reaction. So I opened the hood, messed around, pretending to know what I'm doing, and still no reaction. And you know how these things are. You need somebody to jumpstart the battery, right? But if I wanted to make my appointment, I'd have to drive at once. And there was nobody around to jumpstart the battery. So I put my hand on the dashboard of the car as if I'm healing the car, as if the car were a living being. And a car is energy, everything is energy. And healing is energy, manifesting is energy. And I commanded, by the power given to me by the highest source, I command this car to work and drive now. By the power given to me by the highest source, I command this car to work and drive now. And then I turned the key, and it still didn't work. So, since I know how these things go, I didn't think of it any further. I distracted myself by reading emails. So I just instantly, when it didn't work, I instantly shifted attention to reading emails. And then 3 minutes later, I start the car and drive off. As if it were nothing. You see, if my command doesn't work, I mustn't think of it too much. I must proceed as if all is well. That's the art of manifesting. I quickly distracted myself with these emails so I wouldn't get into doubting, into, oh, maybe it's not working, maybe my powers are waning, maybe this, maybe that, maybe it's irreparable damage, whatever. So only 3 minutes later, the car worked. First it was gone, and then it worked. And, a skeptic might say, well, it would have worked anyway because you gave it a little bit of time, and sometimes cars just need a little bit of time, blah, 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 blah. But that's what they always say, retrospectively. I would have wasted a lot of time and money calling somebody in to help me jumpstart the car. So as I drove off, as if it were never in doubt, as if it were normal, I didn't give any of it a second thought. I just forgot about the whole thing. And the reason for that is your attitude pre-manifestation, during manifestation, and post-manifestation are all important. Your attitude before, during, and after. It's all part of the same manifestation. As crazy as it sounds, if you act like it was normal after it manifests, you retroactively influence its manifestation in the past. Does that sound crazy or what? Well, there you go. So as you see, it's not common for me to ask the universe, even though people think that's what I do, and they think that's what I teach. He teaches to ask the universe for things. Well, not really. I don't know why people think that I teach that. I guess they don't pay proper attention to my books, or they know what I teach from hearsay. And I commonly do not ask God for things, except in utmost emergencies, because I assume I've already been given the power and authority to create. By the mere fact that I'm a human being, I have the authority to create. It's not something a human ever needs to beg for, hope for, and wish for. So you see that I have a completely different understanding of what it means to be human and the abilities and rights of a human. I have a much higher view of humans than most people. This idea that you can command things is uncommon. It takes some time to get used to. I've heard objections. Some people, from an atheist or materialist kind of perspective, they object that this teaching puts undue pressure on people. Like they're expected to manifest things, and when they don't, they might think something is wrong with them and get depressed. And some religious people have objected that commanding things lacks humility, and they tell me only God can create, not humans, implying that what I teach is a little bit suspicious or anti-godly or anti-religious. And then I've also heard objections from people who believe in the law of attraction and stuff like it. And they object that it's the universe that manifests once you let go of your willfulness. You need to let go, not force a thing, not command a thing. It's not up to you. You need to get out of the way and let it manifest. So I'm going to respond to each of these objections. The first objection, that it puts undue pressure on people, my response to that is not using your power because it might not work is timid. That's like not traveling because something might happen, not driving because you might have an accident, not getting into any relationships because you might get hurt. It's not a way to live. So commanding a thing will often work, and if it doesn't, that's no cause for depression or undue pressure. It simply means there's more to learn, more to practice. So if we say, well, there's more to learn, rather than, oh, I'm a failure, then it's easy to deal with. Then non-manifestation is easy to deal with, okay? There's just something I haven't learned yet, and while I'm at it, I can command that I might learn that, or command that I will learn it, or simply command that I've already learned it right this moment. And here's my response to the religious objection. So many religious people, they pray by asking God about something instead of commanding it in God's name. So their view of the higher power is like they are children and there's some kind of parent who gives favors or withholds favors, instead of viewing themselves as part of this higher power, imbued with the energy and ability created in the image of this higher power. And so that's how they are taught to pray, oddly enough. I find it strange that nobody's taught to pray in commands, because across all the religions, this variation of prayer is actually taught. It's taught in all the religions. One of the most famous Bible verses is Matthew 17, verse 19. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it'll move. And nothing will be impossible for you. Now, millions of people are familiar with this verse, but don't notice a little fact. It says, you will say to this mountain, move. So if you only have a little bit of belief, even just as tiny as a mustard seed, you can command a thing and it'll happen. That's what this verse is saying. That's literally from the Bible. It's not an instruction to beg to a higher power, to supplicate, to beg for the mountain to move, to say, oh, please, I wish the mountain would move. It is an instruction to command the mountain to move. That's why I said, I command this pain to leave your body. I believed it, and it did. The reason I said it instantly right after coming in to the house is so that my mind wouldn't start making up doubts and stories. So I was directly addressing the pain and the body, just like one would directly address the mountain. So instead of saying, please God, make this pain disappear, as if I didn't have any authority or power, I said, I command this pain to leave your body. You see, humans have already been given this authority and power, and we need to take responsibility more than ever. And then the objection of some of these people who believe in the law of attraction, the way it's watered down and taught in various New Age videos and books. My response to you is, you say, to this mountain move. It doesn't say, ask for the universe so that it moves, but say to the mountain, move. And it doesn't say that you'll wait for it to manifest. So instead of saying, please, I wish for this car to drive, universe, please make it so, I said, I command this car to drive. You see, it's not the universe that is going to fix it. That's a childish fantasy. The universe, the so-called universe, merely reflects back what you put out. It's a mirror. If you put out, please make it so, it'll reflect a feeling of wishing, not one of manifesting. But if I say, I command this car to drive, I'm putting out car and drive. And I get the same reflected. I'm not saying it to the universe, I'm saying it to the car being part of the overall universe. Correct? Manifestation does not come from some vague universe. It comes out of your mouth. It comes from your word, your belief. Put differently, the laws of this universe you New Agers keep speaking of are already established, have been established before you were born, will be established after you're gone. They're already there. The powers are already there. You only have to make use of what is already there. The laws are unalterable and always the same. I command this illness to leave and the body to be full of health and vitality. The illness having now left, I command for the body to recover. I command for every part of the body to regenerate. I command all undivine energies to release now, and all divine health to be present in this body now, and in the weeks, months, years, and decades to come. So be it. I could go on like that, and sometimes I do, until a thing is manifested. Sometimes I've talked like this for 10 minutes, even an hour. So, as a society, how far along are we on the path of creatorship, of responsibility? Unfortunately, not too far along. Currently, you see millions of people who are giving their power away by believing that some external virus is responsible for their health. Other people are responsible for their health. It's classic victim mentality, and it's more popular than ever. So, such a person's authority to heal self or others is fairly low. But as you discard such thoughts and beliefs and begin trusting without overthinking, without doubt, your authority to manifest increases. And that's why I don't watch any TV, really. Sometimes I'll watch a movie online, but I don't watch any TV. I don't watch the news because these things are literally designed to instill doubt and fear and negativity. And meanwhile, I believe it's intentional. I used to think it's because people are just that stupid, but now I realize it's entirely intentional. It's part of the game. In 30 years of coaching manifesting, I found that it's the most difficult to teach doctors this kind of stuff. Doctors are my most difficult students. Some are open minded and eventually they learn it, but it can be difficult because doctors have been filled with thousands of beliefs that they view as facts, and they have to view them as facts. Their career depends on it. They get money, they get clients, they're greatly rewarded to believe in these things, So their mind is full of illness X is caused by Y and cannot be cured unless ABC, and so forth and so on. Even just the presence of a person who is fixed in their way of thinking can impede manifestation progress. Unless, of course, you command that it doesn't impede it. Here's something strange that I don't like admitting, but it'll give you some real insight. I've had the most miraculous healing success with people that would be considered uneducated, dumb people, simple people. That's because their heads are not filled with all of these so-called facts, all these limitations. So I can come into their house and say, back pain be healed, and it'll heal. With simple people, there's no intellectual filter. There's just naive belief. And I don't like to admit this because I don't really like being naive. There are serious drawbacks to have people be this easily programmed. That's why mass media brainwashing is so successful in the first place, because you have a lot of naive people who are easily programmed and believe that the people programming them have their best interests at heart. So I much prefer people who can't be brainwashed, can't be hypnotized, manipulated, or deceived. But if I come to those people and say, back pain, be healed, they might not heal because they're not that easily influenced. You see the problem? So how to balance these two sides? My answer to this is by having a tough mind, a non-naive mind, but a soft and open heart, and the ability to know when to switch between the two. So you switch on the tough mind when you're skeptical and don't want to let the information in, want to filter, and you switch on the heart when you want to let the positive belief or information in. So when I say back pain, be healed, it's not a time to activate your tough and discerning mind or critical thinking. It's time to open your heart and naively accept that your back pain is healed. Indeed. And I mean, when we negotiate the price for your session, that's when you can activate the tough mind. I have no problem with that. Or alternatively, you simply learn to command things for yourself. Command manifestation for yourself. Try it, it costs nothing. Don't be shy, don't be timid. Have the courage to command. Now, because this is so uncommon, I've prepared 2 exercises for you to get into it. The first exercise is pretend commanding. It's the warm-up exercise. I'd like you to pretend command. That means I'd like you to command things that are already there, just to feel your authority a little. For example, I see from where I'm sitting clothing, shirts in my closet. So I'm going to command this clothes to be there. I command for this clothes to hang in the closet. I command for the walls to be white. You see, I'm commanding things that are already there in my surroundings. I'll give you a few more examples. I command for the ceiling in this room to be fairly high. I command the thermostat to be on. I command for the door room to be open. That's the first exercise. Do this for about 5 minutes while you put this recording on pause. Do it now. And welcome back. So that gets you into commanding mood, into the vibe of authority. The next exercise is I'd like you to become aware of a few things. If you can write them down, that's okay. That's good. A few things you'd like to manifest that you already believe can manifest or that are already on their way or already progressing well. Maybe 3, 4, 5 items. You can put this recording on pause as you write them down. And then, of course, I'd like you to command that it is so. And if you're uncomfortable with just commanding it, then add the booster in the name of the Most High or in the name of the highest source. And that actually does work as a booster. Or if you're not religious or don't believe in a source, then say, in the name of the highest good. So I often just command it without adding that booster because I'm so used to it and I already know that it's in the highest good. Because I live a life in alignment and integrity. But if you don't know whether it's in the highest good or you have trouble with that, then add the booster in the name of the highest source. Or you can add the name of your particular religion, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Allah, in the name of Krishna, or whatever your denomination is. And then command the thing that you want, preferably in the present tense, as if it's already so. Or if it's something that you want happening in the future, you can also add a date by when this thing shall manifest. By the power and authority given to me, I command all of these bills to be paid off by the 15th of September. By the power of the highest source, I command my trip to go smoothly, to be fun, and for me to arrive healthy, fresh, and awake. Indeed, I arrive healthy, fresh, and awake. So be it. By the power of the Supreme Being, the Absolute, I command my body to be slim and healthy. By the power of Source, I command a most wonderful circle of friends. So those were some examples. I'm sure you have plenty to command and manifest now. Now, some of you might be overwhelmed by doubt and not believe that this actually works. And yes, of course, your doubt prevents it from working. Absolutely. In that case, do it playfully. Say your commands playfully and then forget about them. Go about your daily business, instead of like I did. I distracted myself, went about my email business. Another way to handle doubts you can find in my book, The Reality Creation Technique. My name is Frederick Dodson. If this has helped you, please share it far and wide. It is now, in these times, more needed than ever. Thank you.